Angry guy here. And today, guys, I just want to put up a quick video that will teach you how to lie while telling the truth. Now, first up, I will say that I do not like liars. I think lying is a terrible thing. I find someone who lies to be worse than someone who does almost anything else with the I don't know. I just find lying to be terrible. Well, so it's probably going to be really interesting for you to say, well, if you dislike lying so much, then how could you be making a video telling people how to lie while telling the truth? Well, here's the interesting thing. Because I dislike lying so much, I've had to come up with creative ways to lie without telling a lie. So basically, lie while telling the truth. And how did I do this? How did I figure this out? Well, one thing that I realized years ago is that one of the most effective ways to get a lie to come across is to mix the lie with truth. So mix the truth with lies, and people are more likely to believe those lies. Okay? Because they're mixed with the truth. So if this is true, then they'll also assume that this other detail is true. You understand? Another thing is that you want to limit how broad you make your lie. So for example, if you're going to say something like, well, I went and I saw this amazing thing, and again, if the lie is too broad, then it's going to become more difficult to believe. But if you make the lie smaller, okay, smaller, all right, if you compress it a bit and you make it more believable, instead of saying something like, I went to a Rihanna concert, you could say, I went to the mall to pick up that new Rihanna CD. That's a more believable lie. That's a much more believable lie. Do you see what I'm saying? All right, because people might actually believe that. In reality, you didn't do either of those things. In reality, you just didn't want to hang out, or you don't want to tell someone what you were really doing. That's fine. It's your business. Now, another way to mix a lie with the truth is selective truth, where you don't actually tell a lie, but you don't tell the whole truth. You only tell a portion of the truth. So, for example, you can say something along the lines of like, someone says, "Were you doing this today?" Right? And you can, all right, I'm looking for a better example. Basically, you can give them a portion of the truth without giving them the entire truth, and by doing that, you didn't actually say, like, for example, you went out and you drove home. Okay, so you went out, you drove home, and you don't want your parents to know that you crashed the car, like, that you damaged the new car that they just bought for you. So you drove home, right? So everyone assumes everything was okay. You didn't lie to your parents. You didn't tell them that you accidentally crashed the car because you were drinking. You just told them that you went out and you drove home, so everything is okay. But you selectively left out portions of the truth, and if they don't ask, it's not always your job to tell, right? Oh my gosh, that's another thing, guys. Don't ask, don't tell. If they don't ask, it's not your job to tell. It's like you go to a job interview, all right? You don't have to tell them every single thing that happened, okay? You don't have to provide incriminating evidence against yourself. In fact, it is actually your constitutional right to not self-incriminate. That's a very, very important point, guys. That's a very, very important point. So you don't have to always tell the truth, as long as you're not telling necessarily a lie with it. Some people will say, well, that's still lying. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. Well, it was deception. Maybe, but again, it's not my job to inform them. It's their job to be informed. There's a difference. There's a difference. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is just a little something I wanted to throw together. And as you guys can see, I be like I like I said, I don't like lying, but if you ever need to use these strategies to effectively get out of a certain situation, go with it. I will also say this: be very careful with little white lies, because little white lies tend to become big lies. So I prefer not lying at all. I think you should avoid lying as much as you can. Okay, and lying does not do anything good for you. But at the same time, guys, like if you ever need to like figure out how you can say something, without saying it, that's basically it. Just don't say it. Just don't say it. Put some truth in there. Say the truth, but don't actually, but leave out the portion that you don't want others to know. And, a lot of times you could work your way around it. And if some people come to a conclusion as a result of you leaving out certain details, it's not that you lied to them. It's just that they did not inquire any further, and you simply allowed them to believe what they chose to believe. All right. That sounds that doesn't sound so great either. But it is effective. It is highly effective. It's going to be really bad if this video ends up getting a bunch of views. And I know there are people who are going to like dislike the video, but there's like a lot of dishonest people out there who might actually enjoy this video. Wow. Talk about, yeah, love God, get money. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just made this video. Cheers.